Disco. All right. Hello. Here we are. We're here. It's me and Zora. We were having a little bit of a giggly moment there. We were getting really close to the screen going, I'm a giant, like that. It's probably a little bit more funny than, when it was just the two of us, but we've let you in on our little joke, our little fun time. But we are going to make this beautiful drawing today. Let me get things linked up here. I want to make sure that we are sharing this. We got a couple people that are watching. Hello. Good afternoon. Glad you joined us.
The post can't be boosted.
I'm not trying to boost it, man. I want to share this post now publicly. Shared to my timeline. Beautiful. There we go.
Beautiful.
Welcome to another Making Art with Deron and Zora. Zora's here. She's joining me today, so that is very exciting. And have you had a good day today? You've already, you made a cake, I heard.
It was.
Yep. And Eve's birthday.
We could bring someone on camera, it says, or something.
Yeah, we're gonna just let things be. But hello, I see you, Kelly. Glad you joined us. Glad everybody was able to join us. I'm really looking forward to doing this flower that was sent in by Banu, by my mother-in-law. She sent me this beautiful photo of this flower. I don't know what kind of flower it is. It looks like it's something coming off of a cactus there.
It's a platy.
Is it? Okay. I'm going to take Zora's word for it.
How could you take my word? A platy.
Okay, so here we go. I'm going to turn things around so you can... Okay. I think I still have you guys. I almost canceled things. Let me flip things around here. All right. So that is not the name of that flower. Zora was having a joke on me. All right, you get out of my space here.
But I don't have the light.
You are. I will show your picture periodically. Okay. Now we have a white flower, so that poses a little bit of a challenge because white is not going to show up super great on white paper.
Why
So
don't we have black paper?
if we did it on colored paper, that would be a really good thing. And in fact, there is pastel paper that comes in many colors.
Could I get my pink paper?
You can get your pink paper. I'm going to just do it on the white, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with yellow. Hey, Madeline, nice to see ya. All right. I'm going to start with yellow.
I'm going to get my pink paper.
Okay, you can get your pink paper.
I'll be right back.
And what I'm going to do is I am going to create the basic shape of that whole flower. It is very much like a bowl or a bell. So I'm going to go horizontal with it, even though the picture is vertical. I'm going to start horizontal because our flower is very horizontal. And I'm going to start right in here, and it's going to be kind of, I'll just start on one side. It's almost like a lazy S, kind of like this. It curves out a little bit here, and then it curves down and in like that. That's one side of our bell. The other side kind of flips out a little bit on the side here, so it's going to be, again, kind of like a lazy S, right?
Okay.
It comes out
What
like
color
that.
should I use?
You can use white if you want to.
Okay. So,
Let's see, this is a little
it's
bit more
like-
like this. If you make a mistake, if you make a mistake, don't worry about it. That's why we start with light colors. They're very easy to cover. And then we've got sort of this round part here, but it's got various petals in there. So now we can start to bring in some of our petal shapes, and we don't have to do this super dark. I want you guys to be able to see it. And I'm looking through the camera. You can see it, so great. I can see that there's this little guy on the side here that just goes like that. And then we've got a guy right next to him, comes in here. It's kind of like almost like an upside down U shape. Comes down like this. We're just getting a very general shape. You can see there's a little sneaky petal right in there.
Sneaky petal.
Yep, it fits right in there. And then...
Is there a bigger white?
Nope. And then we've got one more petal here. And again, it kind of is like a U shape. It's got a little bit of different curves and...
I have a problem.
What's that, buddy?
My flower is really fat.
That's okay.
No, but look.
Make it a little taller then.
Yeah, but then, like, look, it's supposed to be over here. It's not.
Okay, well, so then just ignore this line. You can see that there's other stuff happening over here on the right side. Okay, like you can see there's a petal that kind of comes out like this. A little thicker than that. You've got this guy that kind of comes in front of that. Not quite so high as that.
Like that?
There is yeah. We're just drawing what we see here. There is a little petal that pokes out there. Let's see. So you can kind of ignore that line. I can see, let's see, we've got the one that sort of just comes out a little bit. That's this guy here. And then there's one that comes in front of it right here. And all of these are kind of like, they kind of are like these curvy triangles. Excuse me. Then I'm just going to kind of rough this in because you've got like these petals that overlap over on this side. So there's kind of a point over here. And then there's a point over here. And one behind. Yeah. I'm going to do one more here. This comes out a little further.
Like that?
Yeah, here, can I show yours? You can see hers is looking really nice. Now, what she could have done is she could have used the side of her white and just came in and made a completely white petal there.
Supposed to.
No, you can do that because you don't have white paper. You have pink paper.
But then what if they all blend into each other?
Well, then you do that later. This is just the start right here. This is just our start.
We still have 15 more minutes.
Okay. So, now I'm going to start to add it. See, because if I do white on mine, it shows just a little bit. Ooh, I got some color in there. So, make sure that you just sort of rub that off. And maybe I'll try to scratch that or just go over it with more white. Yeah, it doesn't show up super great. That's why we got to outline it. But eventually we will add some white in there and we'll create our shadows.
What's
We're going to
this
make it look
S?
great.
It's like really big on mine. It's not
Look,
supposed to
look,
be.
look.
Yeah, but why is mine so bad?
It's not. Because how much time have you put into it?
10 minutes?
If that. So,
9 minutes?
yeah, why don't you give it another 20 and see what it feels like, okay?
Okay.
So we've got another that comes out like this, kind of like a hockey stick. And then the end is kind of triangular. And then it comes down and meets the rest of the petals like that. You can see there's another longer one that's kind of pointier right behind it. We've got that, we've got that. Here's another one that comes to a point over here. Here's one over here. Got it. Let's see, we missed this one in here. So I know that there are a lot of kind of overlapping lines, and we're going to make things a little more clear as we go.
Are we going to outline it in black?
We're not going to outline it in black because that would be pretty dark. As you can see, our flower is mostly white, but there are some grays in there that we're going to have to mix with a little bit of black. And then all this stuff that starts to come out starts to become very yellow, kind of a pale yellow, and then we get some green too. So I'm just going to continue doing it the way that I'm doing it. This is working out nicely. So I've got one here. And then I've got a couple that come out here. One's very long and dips down. And then the bottom is pretty straight. And then there's one that comes right in front of that. And that one comes to a point also.
Flower.
What's that?
It's a really big flower.
Yeah, it's a beautiful flower. It's really beautiful. All right, let's see. You can see that there's one that kind of comes out here. And then one that comes out here. Ooh, there's this petal that comes in here. It's like a frowny mouth, and then the end is kind of just a diagonal line down, and then we've got almost like a straight line, maybe a slight smile like this, and then it's going to come down and meet right at the base of this guy, right in there. And then I can see that there's this leaf that comes behind like that. Well, these are like the outer petals of the flower, if you want to consider it. All these guys at the bottom that are coming down.
Those are leaves?
I don't know. You tell me. What do you think? Are they leaves or are they petals?
Leaves?
Tough to say. Maybe they're almost the same. Maybe it's just the outer ones are more leaf-like and the inner ones are more petal-like. Does that work for you?
Sure.
Do we have to label everything?
No.
Okay. Here we go. I can see there's one that comes down here. And these guys start to get a little more green, which is pretty cool.
Most of it's white.
It's such a pretty flower, don't you think? Like, I don't know if it would even, you probably couldn't pick that flower, I bet.
Why not?
I bet it would wilt really quick. I bet that needs to be, I wonder if maybe it even like closes up at night. Maybe. We'll have to ask your grandma, huh?
Oh yeah, also thanks for sending in the picture.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks, Banu. It's a great photo. Right in the front, you have this little guy that comes in like this.
Oh, Daddy.
Yes.
I know what we should draw next time.
What?
Remember all those cool pictures I took at the zoo?
Oh yeah, do you have a good one?
The hippos I got really good pictures of.
Okay, yeah, we'll take a look. I love that. I think it would be fun to do a hippo.
Yeah.
We haven't done it yet, huh? So all I'm doing, guys, is I'm looking and drawing. I can see where these things go. I try to do the ones that are in front first, and then it's real easy to just slip these other guys behind.
Have we done a monkey yet?
No, we haven't done a monkey.
I also have good monkey pictures.
Yeah, but they're through a fence.
Yeah, but one of them there's a baby mandarin, and it's really good. Mandrill. And it's like you can see it really good.
Okay, I feel pretty good about my image here to start. How are you doing with your leaves?
I can't tell the difference that good.
Okay, well we're gonna work it out. We're gonna work it out. Can I show? So what you could have done too is when we got to these leaves, you could have come in with yellow.
I was supposed to come in with yellow?
No, but I'm just saying the flower is white. Those leaves are less white. They're a little more yellow, right?
And greeny.
Yeah, and greeny. But what I want to do next is I kind of want to.
Wait, can we fill in the flower?
You want to fill in the flower?
And then what do we have to do?
Well, why don't we start with the leaves since we're on those already, and that'll help to define what's what. So like I'm going to start with this guy here. I'm going to use combinations of yellow and white and green. This guy's just pretty pale yellow, so I'm going to come in with my yellow. I'm going to smear it around. Remember that if you get it on the end of your finger, you clean it off on the palm of your hand like that. And then it's pretty pale, so I'm going to come in with some white.
Dang it, I got a bunch of yellow green on there.
Okay, well, just, rub it off. Do the best you can. Remember, if it gets thick and you want to just scrape it off with your fingernail, you can.
Okay. And
it is a little darker towards the edges, so that's fine. Boom, that one's done. Now, right below it, yeah, that happens. You might want to get here, if you need a paper towel. So now I'm gonna, you're stealing my yellow, huh?
No, I'm not.
So here comes this guy back here. He just fits in. Now you can start kind of coloring it in. You don't have to be quite as
smeary.
Yeah, you just it's when you're dealing with working from the inside of a shape to the outside of a shape, it's a little bit easier than having to do the edge, having to figure out exactly where the edge of the shape goes, in my opinion. And now this one here, the second one that I did, has a little bit of green on the outside. So I've got this light green.
Dirty?
Yes.
What's your favorite color in this pack?
My favorite color in the pack? I don't know. Now, something you can do is, the complementary color of yellow is purple, right? So under here, it starts to get a little bit shadow, so I'm going to use a little purple, and then I'm going to smear it in, and you're going to see it turn into this nice kind of gray-brown color, which is pretty cool. I can do that on the end of this one, too.
But it's not gray-brown in the picture.
Yeah, sure it is. Look at it back there. It is.
It's yellow.
It's like a muddy yellow. It's not a pure yellow.
Muddy yellow.
Okay. Let's see. This guy is white here. Let's do the one below it, which is yellow in the middle. And then it gets green on the edges. And it actually becomes like a pretty dark green, so I'm going to use my darker green here.
Did you hire a person? There should be a job where you scrape off all the extra colors off them.
And now I'm going to come in with some white. Probably should have done my white first and then added in my green.
Why is yours so light? Mine is a really dark yellow.
Because I put white on top of it.
I know, but I put white on top of mine. It's still way darker.
Well, you're doing it on pink instead of on white paper. That was your prerogative.
Oh yeah. What does that mean?
That means that was what you decided to do. Oh, you know what? I wanted this to be white on the end. Here's something else we can do, is we can start to create a background color. And it doesn't have to necessarily be the color that's there.
Can I
So
do pink?
you could do pink. That's a good idea. I'm going to do pink too. There, you can use, oh yeah. Well, I'm going to do pink too. So that means I can come in here with my pink.
Could I put clouds? Can I put
You can do
purple
whatever you want. You know
clouds?
that. So in this way, I can kind of like start to define things a little bit more, start to figure out what goes where, and how I want it to fit in there. This guy. This comes in, and then it kind of folds over there. Let's see.
Do I have to make a lavender color?
Uh-oh. If you ever drop these on the floor, like I just did,
Yeah,
you really want to pick it up.
We don't have carpet though, so it's
Yeah, we don't have carpet anymore, but you still really want to pick it up. Okay, so this kind of comes up, and then you got the underneath side of that guy there.
Are you gonna make clouds, Daddy?
Dude, I'm like, I'm just trying to get this thing to work as is, dude. You know? I just want to make a nice, pretty picture. And you can certainly put clouds in, but I'm concentrating right now on my flower. I want to get my flower going and looking good.
It's a good thing to do too.
So I started art camp this week, and that has been a very interesting experience because I'm doing 2 classes at one time. Since they are doing social distancing, we can only have like 12 students in a class, and so that works out, except for when there's so many kids that want to take art, they do 2 art classes. And for whatever reason, they just figured that I guess I could handle one class of 10 kids and one class of 9 kids. So I go back and forth between those.
But why can't you just like do the classes together? But like they could be separated by like 12 feet or something.
The classrooms aren't big enough for that.
Oh, they're classrooms? I thought you
Yeah.
were outside.
Well, last week I was outside. This week they put me inside. So there are advantages, but there are also some disadvantages. One thing that's kind of a bummer is that I liked being outside because I didn't worry so much about the virus and everything. Being inside, I do worry about it, and especially the kids don't have to wear masks.
Why do you have to wear a mask then?
Well, I have to wear a mask because that they guarantee that I'll be wearing a mask. And I wear a mask because it's better for everybody else around me if I wear a mask.
But then, why do they have to not wear a mask?
Because that's also better for everyone else around if they wear a mask too.
No, I said why aren't they then?
Why weren't they? Because they're not required to. Supposedly, since they're keeping the numbers down in the classes and they're doing social distancing in the classes, that will, make it not as necessary for them to be wearing their masks. But I wear my mask all day.
I don't like that. I don't want one.
Well, I'm sure the kids don't want to either. So I'm just using these colors, guys, and just sort of laying this stuff in. There's no big trick to it. You can see my hands are starting to get a little dirty. It helps to have even a little napkin around, or you might even want a you might even want to have a wet wipe or something.
This is the part that I don't like because it's really boring.
What's boring about this? This is the most fun part. You get to blend colors and play.
Yeah, but this is the most boring part also because it's like you're just doing the same thing over and over. You're not drawing anything.
Yeah, but as you're working, you can see your piece improving, right?
Yeah, but...
Isn't that fun? I love that part of it. You get to watch all your hard work come to fruition. Suddenly you've got... fruition. It bears fruit. Suddenly all that hard work bears fruit. You have a beautiful picture.
I
Right?
should use that one more often because that's fun.
Yeah, you like fruition, huh?
Yep.
Okay. I'm liking what's going on here. This guy's pretty white, and then it's got that green edge to it. So that comes in like this.
Wait, how do I use that word?
Let's see. So you could say,
My dream of rollerblading came to fruition.
yeah, right. You got rollerblades, and that was your dream, and it came to fruition. That's very good, Sue. Sunita's in the background. She's just witnessing the whole thing, watching.
No, she's not.
Well, she's not really watching. She's just over there. So we got the whole family. Oh,
Wait, I got one.
you got one what?
The peaches that we got today
Yeah.
were very, very fruiticious.
Not quite, but that's pretty cute.
And delicious.
I'm pretty much using my purple as a shadow in every one that I want to create a shadow. If I really want to create a separation between leaves, that's a good way of doing it. Just give it a little outline and then blend it.
I'm using my
Just a
purple
tad.
as clouds.
Let's take a look at what you got going, Z. Not bad. That flower is looking good. I can't wait for you to color it in. How come you haven't done a little more coloring on that?
I am. Believe.
Good.
Doing what you're doing.
Okay, you're right. You are right.
How to color if you're not coloring it.
I hear you. I hear what you're saying to me, dude. Excuse me. Man. Okay, this guy. So I hope everybody out there is having a good day today. Things are pretty crazy in the world.
Oops.
Hey, what
Sorry,
are you doing?
sorry.
Cancel.
I didn't mean to.
Yeah, don't touch. Don't touch.
No touchy.
Yeah, no touchy. Don't mess. Okay. Again, just kind of create a little separation there, a little shadow.
What time is it?
It is 3:30, so we've been doing this for about a half hour.
But so little is done.
Well, we're starting to move now. We're really starting to move.
Yeah. Because we see our fruition.
You see things coming to fruition, that is for sure. This is a very pale yellow guy here, so I'm just gonna lay this in. Just like that. We can start to, at least in a vague way, kind of lay in this background here. What are you doing?
I thought of something funny.
No. You can kind of scrape off areas where you're not happy as much as you can, or as much as you want to.
Your flower?
Uh-oh, here it comes.
What?
What about my flower?
What did you think I was gonna say?
I don't know. I thought you were gonna say something that was gonna make me sad.
No, I wasn't.
Okay.
I was gonna say, the background looks like a unicorn's dream.
Ooh,
Like what a unicorn would live in.
that's a cool. I like that. I don't know why I was worried.
Yeah, here it comes.
Well, I thought you were gonna say something smart. You know, like smart alecky. Well, it wouldn't be completely out of character.
No, it'd be completely out of character. That's what I said. Mom, look at the picture. It has purple clouds.
Okay, buddy. We are casual over here, but I am trying to keep it a little bit pro. Always scraping where I don't need. Hopefully yours is starting to come together where you are.
Do you think my leaves are too dark?
Hi, Jules. I see your comments. Okay. We're almost getting to the real white ones, so that's pretty exciting. This is a pretty white one here.
Are my leaves too dark?
No, I think you're doing great, buddy.
Could I add in a bird?
You can add in a bird,
Okay.
of course. All right, so there's this white one that comes in here. It goes out like that. And I'm gonna give it, it's got a little bit of green down here. And then I'm gonna go with the shadow over on this side. Kind of like that. A little more shadow here. Because behind it is a really, really white petal right here.
Mine's a seagull.
Oh, yeah, that looks good.
I have a joke. What do you call a seagull that flies over the bay?
Oh boy, what do you call a seagull that flies over the bay?
A bagel.
Oh my. My. Pretty funny, Z. So now what I'm doing is I'm putting a little shadow around that guy, and I'll blend it in here. And then what happens here is you've got this edge comes over, and then you see the inside of that leaf. This is its own guy over here. Kind of goes like that.
That's a small piece.
Okay. So this is not exact, guys, right? I'm getting it close, but it's definitely not exact.
How are you so far?
Well, because I just keep working. You probably don't know what that's like.
Well, that's not nice. That's smart alecky.
Yeah. Okay, this comes in here.
What color did you use for this?
For what, the dark? Purple.
But why is yours like not purple? It's like brown.
Because it mixed with the yellow, remember?
But no, for this. Well, mine's supposed to be white, so mine can't be that color.
Okay, now I'm going to come back over to this side and get these guys in here. This is very white here, so... There we go. White, and then it's going to become like a green.
You can't hear anything, right?
What do you mean I can't hear anything? I'm talking to you, aren't I?
Yeah, but like, never mind.
Okay. Let's see, this is a white one over here. So use this purple. Just want to see this edge, and you can see there's a little shadow here. All right, let's get some of this pink. I don't mind if I get little smudges of pink and stuff, and you know, in within my colors. If it's in there, that's okay.
Yeah, but you.
It gives it a little bit of cohesion. It makes it more interesting.
Cohesion.
Yeah, cohesion means it sticks together as a whole. You know, so if I'm using similar colors all over my paper, it makes it hold together as one piece. If I just do a little bit of green here and then over here separate, I've got blue, and you never see that green and that blue again, then it doesn't hold together quite as well.
Mine's a rainbow white flower.
Okay, gotta add some more white back in here. Ugh, too much. Pink. Well, see, what's happening here is I'm using the pink, it's getting on my fingers, and then I pick up the white. So what I'm gonna have to do is get a wet wipe. I got it. Oh, can you get it for me? Yeah. I don't have wet wipes as handy as I thought. I think there's some right at the top of the stairs that I meant to bring down. So, live and learn. I don't really use these oil pastels that much, except for, you know, when I'm teaching a lesson. They're not my medium of choice, so I'm still kind of figuring them out a little bit.
Uh-huh.
What do you mean, uh-huh? Thanks.
You chose it.
I did choose it. What you'll find with me, Z, is that I like to do things that are difficult for me. I like to do it so that I can get better at it. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just trying to get a little better.
You played bocce ball.
Well, yeah, you always get better if you keep practicing. You'll get better and better, just like Maddie was saying. Yes, we played a little bocce yesterday. That was fun, huh? Although the ball's a little heavy for you. Oh, okay. Okay, and then this guy has a little bit of green coming up this edge here.
Daddy, mine's a rainbow white flower.
That is really cool. I'm going to show yours. Here's how Zora's is going.
This part's the rainbow part.
Yeah. Really nice leaves, too. I love what you've been doing.
And these are the clouds.
Yep, and I see your birdie right there.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. Very nice. This guy is kind of lined with green. And then it's mostly white in the middle. Oh, this kind of comes down into there a little bit. More like
Where's
that.
the dark? Thank you.
Okay.
Why do you like the color blue?
Well, I think there's a lot of reasons to like the color blue. It reminds me of like the wide, big expanse of ocean or the sky, you know? Like when I look up into the blue sky and it just goes on forever. That is a really kind of...
Not space.
Yeah, but I can't see space from where I am. When I look up in the sky, I just see blue skies. I mean, not today. Today it's a little gray, isn't it?
Yeah.
A lot of clouds. Okay, I'm almost ready to get up into my whites now. I just
Can I
have...
make this part orange?
You can do whatever you want, buddy. You know that. We start off all the same, working sort of in a similar way, and then we can just use artistic license and do our own thing, man. All right, so we have just like this one more that's a little bit, it's got a little green to it. Otherwise, kind of pale.
Hey, Daddy.
Yeah?
You know what I like about artistic license?
What's that?
I could do whatever I want with art, even though I don't have a car.
That's true. That's very true. Yeah, you can do whatever you want on your piece of paper despite not having a car or the ability to drive it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm glad you feel that way. Okay. Now we're going to start getting into our whites. Just want to blend this out just a little bit so it's not so stark.
Yours looks like it's in comic books where it's like something really big happens and it's like. I'll sell
Okay,
it.
so I'm going to start with white here, okay? And I'll do these outer ones first.
It's like this, and then there's something in the middle.
Huh. Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to also do these guys in here. There's one, and there's one. And now I'm going to start to lay in these purples. So you can see right in the middle here where you've kind of got this dark bit. It comes down and then loops in like that. Same thing with this one.
Mine's not authentic.
It's not, yours is authentically you. Yours is not necessarily supposed to be the exact same as this. Is it supposed to be?
No.
No, you
it
told
doesn't
me
look
in...
like it at all.
Well, you started doing your own thing, and that's fine.
Okay. I think I'm almost done with mine. I just have to do a couple more petals. Actually, a few.
And I guess if I really wanted to gray these out, I could mix some yellow in with them. Might even decide I want to use just a little bit of blue. That's pretty cool. All right. Yeah, I do like that blue. And we can always lighten it up. Okay. These guys very white.
I think I'm almost done, Dad.
Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna keep going.
I haven't used any of this dark blue, so I'm going to use it for the rest of my petals.
Just trying to create the edges a little bit here.
And then, this is mine, everybody.
Here's how Zora's turned out. She definitely took some shortcuts, but I think it's a really cool picture. I love it. Nice job, Z. Awesome.
Thanks.
Bravo.
Bravo. Bye.
Bye. I'm going to continue. Okay, here we go.
I'll drive because I know you won't need it. I'll walk with you when you rollerblade. Yeah, that way it'll be faster. I'm really going with that because your belly was that level.
Shh. Can you guys have this conversation elsewhere? Thank you. Okay, here we go. So, this is how it is with art, is you just keep on pushing and trying to make it work. This inside part here is pretty white. Definitely not easy. Always a challenge. Let's see what happens when we add in a little bit more of this pink. It is really nice to work with kids again. You know, so much of my my work for the school year just was canceled, you know, because of this COVID stuff. And so it's nice to be with kids. And the cool thing about summer camp is that it's not as serious as school. So I can really just let them have fun, and I'm not grading anything, and I'm not judging anything. I'm really just trying to help them create whatever it is that they're trying to create. So today we did some clay. We drew a kitty cat, and played a creativity game. basically just had a really good time. And these kids, some of them haven't spent any time with other kids, so they're really just like, man, they're having a good time with each other, and just, it's the way summer camp's supposed to be, except for everybody's wearing masks. Okay, so that definitely gives me a little more idea of what things are looking like. I just want to rub this in, smear, which is the joy of oil pastels. Just smearing and blending. All my shapes are there. This part I need to, over here on the right, this needs to be sort of defined a little bit more. And I'm definitely going to do that next. All right. So, what exactly is going on over there? Okay. We did that. We've got one that comes up and out right here, okay? And then we've got one that's right behind. That's this one. Just like that. And then there's this guy right here. That's it. So this is going to go like this, and this, and this is going to come in here like this. Yeah. Not bad. All right. This guy, a little more yellow. This guy is looking pretty white here. And this guy is also looking fairly white. Okay, so now I can see shadow happening right in here. Okay, then we're going to make a shadow on this guy back here too. Okay. Let's not forget this guy. There we go. this definitely has kind of a darker little edge over here, right? You can see that. Shadow. Because these have transparency, so you kind of can see through them. And then there's just, this kind of goes like this. That's it. That looks pretty good. This maybe got away from me just a tad here. No big deal. Easy to cover if it's light. Very easy to cover if it's light. Okay, so I see there's a shadow here. Oop, don't forget to clean that finger. Okay. I'm going to switch over to blue again. And I think I'm even going to go like a light blue. Let's just see. That's pretty nice. Oof. Boy, this pink just gets everywhere. Let's just scrape that off. This one's definitely darker back here. I'm gonna maybe put a little white over it. All right. Yeah, that's not bad. Kind of liking that light blue for the shadow. Yeah, that's, you know. I kind of wish I had a gray, but I don't mind doing it with this light blue instead. Yeah. And then, I mean, what I could do is I could take this purple, if I wanted to get really dark next to it, I could just go into that pink. And then just like blend it out into the pink, the purple into the pink. Could look good. That kind of thing. Kind of like it. You're right, Jules. Yeah, the little shavings just get everywhere. I know. Every time I finish working, doing one of these lessons, my desk just is, in complete disarray and has to be completely cleaned up. But that's all right. It's worth it. Worth it for the art. But that's probably the way I would keep going. I would just keep, going around this, making that darker area right around it. And I think that is going to just tie it all together. Boy, my cat Steve is just really asking for some attention. All right, so I would say that's, maybe not completely done, but that we got a really good start. I mean, I would say that's maybe 80% done. Steve. What do you think? Not too bad, right? I feel like my flower is a little narrow. Maybe I needed to make it a little thicker. But as I'm looking at it through the viewfinder, I'm actually pretty happy with the way this is turning out. So I hope yours turned out well. We're going to do something. We're not going to do oil pastels, or if we do oil pastels next week, I think what we'll do is we'll do it with watercolors. Oh, thanks, Jules. Glad you like it. Love to see yours too. I got a bunch of new photos from some friends. So I'm looking forward to working on those with you. I'm going to turn things around and say a proper goodbye to you guys. Sorry, Zora has already bailed. But I know she sends her love and says goodbye. I hope you all have a wonderful week. Thursday is not happening anymore, so the next time we'll do this will be next Monday at 3 o'clock. And I will be sure to post what it is we're going to be doing. And hopefully you guys will be joining me once again. Sorry, today was a little bit casual. I know, the whole family was here just hanging out. And it's easy to start joking around. And so I apologize about that. Next week we'll get down to business again. You guys have a wonderful week. And stay happy and healthy. Love you guys. Bye.